In Fallout 3, the special system is used to create the foundation of your in-game avatar, unlocking perks and modifying your base skills alongside a couple of other things that are unique to each of your special skills. And in this video, I will go through what the special system is as best I can for Fallout 3. Hi, I'm Mo and I'm trapped in Fallout. Let's begin by understanding a little bit about the word special and where it comes from and why it's called this. So the special system is actually made up of 7 special skills. The first one being strength, and then perception, and then endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. If we take the first letter of each of these skills, then this pretty much spells out the word special. So this is where the name really comes from in terms of the system for the special. And each of these skills unlocks unique things that the character can do, as well as modifying your base skills and also unlocking perks. And we will go through each of them right now. Let's start by looking at the strength skill. So for each point you give in strength, what this will do is increase your current carry weight by +10. So when you begin the game, your character will have a certain amount of weight that he or she can carry. For each point you give in strength, that carry weight will go up by 10. So if you decide to put in all 10 points into strength, you will have a maximum carry weight of 250. Your strength points also affect the amount of melee damage you do. So for each point you have in strength, what this will do is increase your melee damage by 0.5 up to a maximum of 5.0. So in other words, for each point in strength, this will affect your maximum carry weight and the amount of melee damage you do. In terms of skills, the only skill that is affected by the amount of points you have in strength is the melee weapons skill. So for each point you give in strength, what this will do is increase your melee weapon skill by 2%, up to a maximum of 20%. In terms of perks, there are 3 perks that are unlocked based on your strength skill. So if you have a strength of at least 4, you will have access to 2 perks, Little Leaguer and Iron Fist. You will also have access to a 3rd perk called Strong Back, but you will need to have at least 5 points in strength for that perk. Next, let's take a look at perception. So for each point you have in perception, what this will do is increase the detection distance of when enemies appear on your radar. So as you're playing the game, you will see what are known as red dots or red lines on your compass. And this is basically an indication of an enemy somewhere in your vicinity. And the distance that that red dot or that enemy is detected is based on your perception. So it's not exactly known what the distance really is, but the best way to think about it is the higher perception, the quicker or the earlier you will detect an enemy in your vicinity. The skills that are affected by perception are energy weapons, lockpick, and explosives. So for each point you have in perception, this will increase your energy weapons, your lockpick, and your explosives skills by 2% each. In terms of perks, there are a number of perks that are unlocked based on your perception stat. So if you have 4 points in perception, this will unlock the Thief perk. If you have 6 points in perception, this will unlock Sniper, Light Step, Contract Killer, Lawbringer, and Better Criticals. And if you have 7 points in perception, this will also unlock the Infiltrator perk. Now let's take a look at endurance. For each point you have in endurance, what this will do is increase your maximum HP by 20, up to a maximum of 300. It will also increase your poison resistance by +5%, as well as increasing your radiation resistance by +2%. Also, it increases the amount of time you can hold your breath underwater. So for each point in endurance, it increases your HP, it increases your poisons and radiation resistance, and it also increases the amount of time you can hold your breath underwater. In terms of skills, for each point in endurance, this will increase your big guns and your unarmed skill by 2%. When it comes to perks, there are again a number of perks that are unlocked based on your endurance skill points. So to begin with, if you have at least 5 points in endurance, this will unlock toughness, lead belly, strong back, rad resistance, and size matters. If you have 6, this will unlock life giver. And if you have 7, you will unlock the remaining 3 perks. solar powered, rad tolerance, and rad absorption. When it comes to charisma, there really isn't a lot. It's pretty straightforward. For each point in charisma, what this will do is increase your skill modifiers by +2 for barter and speech. In terms of perks, you do have a few. There are 2 that are unlocked at level 4, which are Scoundrel and Child at Heart. Again, just to be clear, that means you need to have 4 points in charisma to have those perks. If you have 5 points, then this will unlock Impartial Mediation. And if you have 6 points in charisma, this will unlock Animal Friend and Master Trader. Now let's take a look at intelligence. For each point you have in intelligence, what this will do is give you an additional skill point when you level up. So every time you level up in the game, you will get a set number of skill points. But for each point you have in intelligence, you'll get an additional point, up to a maximum of 20 points per level up. In terms of skill modifiers, for each point you have in intelligence, what this will do is increase your medicine, your repair, and your science skills by +2% each. When it comes to perks, if you have at least 4 points in intelligence, you will gain access to the Swift Learner, the Gun Nut, Daddy's Boy, Educated, Entomologist, and the Comprehension perk. And all of this will be given to you as long as you have at least 4 points in intelligence. If you have 5 points, then you will have access to Nerd Rage. And if you have 7 points, then this will give you access to Computer Whiz and the Warmonger perks. When it comes to agility, for each point you have in agility, you will get +2 more points in your AP or action points, up to a maximum of 85. So what that means is the higher agility, the more actions you will be able to pull off when using VATS. When thinking about the skill modifiers for agility, for each point in agility, you will have +2% in small guns and sneak. And now when we think about perks, for perks, if you have at least 4 points in agility, you will have access to Gun Nut and Thief. You will need to have at least 6 points in agility for Silent Running and Sniper and Light Step. And if you have 7 points in agility, you will have access to Action Boy and Nerves of Steel. And lastly, let's talk about luck, probably the most important skill because of what it provides. With each point in luck, you will have a +1% critical chance. So this isn't to be confused with critical damage. What this means is for each point you have in luck, you have 1% more chance of actually landing a critical hit on an enemy. In terms of skill modifiers, this is an interesting one. With each point in luck, this increases every single one of your skill by 0.5%. So what that really means is you need to have at least 2 points in luck to see all of your skills go up by basically 1. So if you had a maximum 10 points in luck, then every single one of your skills would go up by 5. In terms of perk, you will unlock Fortune Finder and Scrounger as long as you have at least 5 points in luck. If you have 6 points, then this will unlock the remaining 3, which are Finesse, Mysterious Stranger, and Better Criticals. In this video, I went through the Fallout 3 special system and how it works in details in terms of what each special skill actually does, the skill it modifies, and the perks that it unlocks. Now that you know much more about each of these special skills, why not check out this video you see on the screen now, where I will go through the ultimate starting guide for a brand new Fallout 3 playthrough. Click on the video you see on the screen now to find out more.